To Larry's Anything Goes. Happy Monday, as they say. Last week of Miggity May. So, this year is going by fast, but life is good. That's my mindset. I woke up, I'm alive, it's Monday, new week, new opportunity. So today's word of the day is pin up, stands for a picture that is intended to be displayed on the wall. Now, I chose this word today specifically because, with us being in the social media generation, a lot of times people are constantly wanting to put every single thought and every single thing about their lives out there in the open for display. And a lot of times that gets people, specifically depending on, gets a lot of people great responses, and a lot of times it gets people negative responses. A lot of times it gets people banned, depending on how the algorithm goes, depending on the social media website, etc., and so forth. But the thing is, to me, not everything in life needs to be displayed. Sometimes certain things in life need to be hidden, and only to be shared with certain people. Like when I do actual business, I don't display it online. When I'm selling products, I don't put people's private information as far as email address, phone numbers, and actual home addresses out there. When my tenants of my rental properties, I don't put their information out there. And I might have their information, but I don't know who they are. I've never met them because I let the property manager do that. So there's just certain things about my personal life that I don't need to let out there in the open. But a lot of people do that, and it gets them much more subscribers. It gets them more followers, especially, nowadays and I just made a remix on Instagram, how in a sense we live in a talentless society. And when he said that, I was like, I'm laughing, but I'm like, okay, well, what does he really mean behind that? And he says, we live in a talentless society because all you have to do is shake your butt. All you got to do is put something stupid out there, put a challenge out there. And the algorithm will help you get a bunch of views, and that's all she wrote. A lot of people become internet famous by not having any talent, but by just being, in a sense, ignorant, because a lot of times ignorance can breed entertainment. And a lot of times, it's like the dance monkey dance puppet dance, and that's what gets a lot of people views. So people do what, me, I do this because I love it. That's what it is. If I make some money, if I get some views from it, great. But this is why I do it. I always say you do the great 3 things, like, share, and subscribe. But I'm not going to talk about crazy topics because maybe it's just me, but I just have too much self-respect for myself. And that's just, and the kind of energy I want to put out to the world is the kind of energy I want to receive back to the world. Even when I get stupid comments, and it's usually on my shorts, because usually the comments I get on Instagram is just somebody promoting their stuff. And the comments I get on YouTube is usually somebody has either they have something real to say or they have something dumb to say. And the ones who just say nonsense, I just delete it, because I don't argue with people online unless there's money involved. So I don't think grown people, especially grown men, should be arguing online. I know we live in a digital age, but arguing online if there's no money involved, or if it's not life and death. So, but that's just my personal opinion. Speaking of life and death, rest in peace to Mr. Jim Brown. He was always a great influence, positive, well-spoken, intelligent, gave back to the community, black man, Jim Brown. Nothing but love and respect to him, and my condolences to his family. But he lived a great life. Believe he was 87 years old when he passed away. So he lived a long and fruitful life. And if only half of us had the opportunity to live a great life like he lived, and be able to give back like he gave back to the community throughout the United States. So it was ironic he was older than my grandmother, born in 1936. But anyways, he says, and I quote from Jim Brown, he says, "The power is between your ears, the power is in your heart." I could not agree with that statement more, because a lot of times we forget that the biggest powerhouses that we have is by utilizing our mindset, having the right strong mindset, and having a strong heart, and having a big heart, but not having a big heart to the point where you get taken advantage of all the time, but having a big heart to know that you have to have some sympathy for other people. And a lot of times people can consider me to be hard on other people, but my mindset is, if you grow up in a decent environment and you still want to do wrong, then you're just being a brat. There's people that grew up in war-torn conditions, whether it's in a Western nation or in a third world country, and they find a way to be respectable, responsible, and live a great life. So you make choices in this life, and you deal with them. And I'll leave it at that. So it is what it is. But anyways, on that note, do the great 3 things, like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money moves, or you're going to live like a fool. Take